As I closed the armoire again, I decided that I needed to clean up after myself. I took the clothes I had been wearing to the bathroom and pushed them all down the laundry chute despite the fact that I'd only had them on for a couple hours. I also found the best way to get into that man-eating bed. With care, I climbed up and stood on the wooden crosspiece at the foot of the bed like a bird balancing on a telephone wire. Then, pretending to be a cliff diver, I dove in, spun myself as I fell and landed on my back with a soft flump. I might add that on my first dive the difficulty level was greater than the nights to come on account of my bulging tummy, thanks to Micah. Maybe only 10 minutes had passed before I heard a soft knock on my bedroom door. Of course, there was no way I could get out of that bed easily, so I just called out, "Come in." The door opened and in walked Mom, wearing her robe and looking like she had been crying. Without saying a word, she crossed over to the bed, found me down inside all those covers and kissed my forehead. "Sorry I was so mean before. I didn't mean it. I was having a butt-brain moment," I said, and she kissed me again. Right after the kiss I caught her glancing down to make sure I was wearing one of the goodnights. I was waiting for her to say something but she didn't. "I know, and I love you too," she said. "Now you better get some sleep. You have school in the morning." School in the morning? I kept telling myself over and over until sleep finally overtook me. Sure enough, the day after we arrived in this godforsaken city, I had to go to school, and my first day at my new school was just as bad as you might guess it would be. Things started going wrong right after I got out of the shower that morning. However, I didn't really know that it was going to be a bad day until I was standing at the bus stop, waiting for the school bus, and this girl whom I thought might be flirting with me bursts out laughing. She proceeded to point out to everyone at the bus stop that I was wearing 2 different socks. I mean, not just different colors, but different kinds, one white tube sock and one brown and gray argyle sock. "It's not my fault," I wanted to say, but I didn't. Back in California, I knew where everything was in my bedroom. Heck, I could tell you where just about every single item was in our entire home. However, here in Maine I had felt lucky that I was able to find 2 socks to wear that morning. I had rummaged through that whole dang armoire, looking for socks. What I was wearing was what I was able to find, and the only reason I found them was because they had been wadded up and stuffed into the pocket of 2 different pairs of pants. Don't ask me why or how, just believe me when I say, that is where I found them. The socks weren't the worst of it. At least, no one at the bus stop knew that I wasn't wearing any underwear, because all of my underwear also seemed to be suspiciously absent from the armoire. My, you-know-what, was so cold that it would have taken the Hubble telescope to find it. That's how cold I was without underwear. Later that same day, after returning from school, I had the chance to ask about my socks and underwear. Come to find out, my socks, underwear and t-shirts had all been put into the drawers in the bathroom vanity under the sink. Now it seems logical that I should have looked there. I mean, when you get out of the shower or tub, besides a towel, what is the first thing you go looking for? See what I mean? Totally logical. However, at the time, I didn't have a clue where all those underclothes had managed to get lost to.